So this is my first project, Practicum 1, Cloudy with a Chance of Meteors. This is done by Hisu. My first target user group are travelers for pleasure, which was the user choice A. Um, they have relatively good eyesight. They are computer literate, and They appreciate fun, playful designs for exciting adventure. Now the problem is that these people need convenient and fast way to look up current weather, and they also need the weather information at the destination planet. They have to be able to predict and avoid hazards during adventure. They also need to be able to forecast weather, and they need to be able to compare weather across multiple planets. A solution to that is a weather app that can cross-compare weather information among multiple planets and timelines. So my weather app can do three things, which can look up current weather, it can search and look up multiple planets for comparison, and it can forecast for future weather change. So let me just go back to my app. So this is basically my weather app. It is currently in multi-planet comparison mode. As you can see, there are 3 planets with each of them displaying their weather, a quick icon image, as well as the time, the geographical location, the temperature, and current weather. They support sliders, which allows time change, uh, which allows you to see weather change across different timelines. Um, they they also show satellite photos, which is um, a surface picture of that planet. Um, they support um, planet lookups. So this is the planet query bar, and this is the search. This is the search bar. Um, Pressing the back button will return the user to the current weather screen. This is the current weather where the user is. It again shows the time of the year, GPS, temperature, and humidity. It also supports a slider bar with current weather and icon. It shows possibility of major weather hazards. You can see that there is a solar flare happening right now. And similar, it supports possible types, and you can return to the multi-planet query system by pressing here. You can go back to where you were. You can also look up, say, um, Mars by um, by the search bar. Um, so that was my basic implementation of the app. Returning to the slides, there were major challenges due to the fact that I'm a beginner in web programming. I do not have previous experience in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, CoffeeScript, Bootstrap, jQuery, and whatnot. Uh, I had to learn everything from scratch, meaning there were a lot of new tools and new syntax and structure for me to learn, including tags, classes, IDs of Haml, the grid system of Bootstrap, hyperlinks and images, fonts and color, and all the hierarchy and inheritance system within the Haml and SASS. There were also a bit more ambitious implementations, including the sliders, buttons, and search bars, ambitious by my standards. So I've certainly learned a lot Now, I'm much more confident with the basic HTML and CSS syntax, as well as with Bootstrap. I can now refer back to the project for implementation of buttons, sliders, and search bars, um, which have been a bit more challenging elements on my app. There are definitely a lot more improvements to make. Um, I can perhaps for the future I can make a full 5-screen implementation of that weather app. I can definitely add more functionality using JavaScript and CoffeeScript because for this project I've worked primarily with HTML and CSS only. And I can perhaps make some tweaks for better aesthetics. Hopefully by the end of 8-week session I will be able to make a more decent, fully functional multi-platform app.